The demarcation law is the base of autonomy, because the land, the resources, is what going to give you economical support to carry out your autonomy process. The mass of people mobilizing towards the resources that is on the Atlantic coast is not normal. It's not normal. And this is making a lot of pressure onto our resources, and then within the context of the law is creating a conflict. You know, because first they're saying is that the indigenous, and mostly the black people, are being racist because they do not want the Spaniard to be here. I mean, we don't have anything against the Spaniard. It's just that they're destroying the rock. They're destroying the resources. We don't even have a census that can tell us exactly how many people here. You know, census have its margin of error, whatever. Yeah. But then the 1995 census and 2005 census, in a lapse of 10 years, the population of mestizos grows so big, it's more than 150%. You know, and we are seeing it, for instance, agrarian, we call it frontier border, like Nueva Guinea, Muelos Bueyes, Tortuguero, La Cruz. You know, the municipality can't even make a plan, because if today they're saying that they had 14,000 inhabitants, if yesterday was like 1995, the census, 14,000 or 15,000 inhabitants, today is 45,000, maybe 60. So who can handle that type of growth? No one. Because in less than 10 years, a population is going to grow 200%. You know, you have to see that something is behind it, because when this community go down deeper into the forest, they cut the land, they sell the land, but then there come the technical assistance of the government to help the poor. You see? So it's a modus operandi. It's a way that is being used to colonize and to take over the land, especially now that there is the law. Right now, these two territories in the south that need that stage of saneamiento, and is, I would say, is the territory that is in the north of the South Autonomous Region, and the one that is in the south, the Ramas and the Mayagnas. You know, so they are having a situation that is very delicate. After the titling, for instance, our dad felt more pressure onto their land with the Frontera Agrícola. In the south, the Ramas, for them to get their title, they had to compromise themselves to leave out an area where there is a high concentration of mestizos. But that concentration of mestizos is due to some central government policy to create new communities for people who were coming back from the different moments of, I would say, civil war that we had in Nicaragua. So they were installed during Violeta time. The land was given to them with resources and packages of technical assistance, but then that community started to grow very big. You have Cupra River, you have Pueblo Nuevo, you have a lot of different settlements that was created into the Treaty of Peace that was signed between Violeta's time and I would say the Sandinista government that, you know, she substituted during election process, and that it was necessary at the moment to bring peace to Nicaragua. And one of that was to bring back the people that were, you know, out of Nicaragua and was demanded to come back, and they needed land to live them, and part of it was Cupra River. But that community grew. I mean, from 110 families, now you have 1,500. When the demarcation process came in, you know, we find that conflict, you know, we found that conflict that the mestizos and the Wandem, especially from the Polizarres, said, you know, but this was given to us by the government. Yes, it was given to us by the government. But then the demarcation process said you must respect the agreement reform title, and our community have to respect it because it's an agreement, it's in the law. The problem is that many of the mestizos that came in afterward doesn't have a title. So they are caught up into the process of demarcation, and the Ramas, for instance, they have a guide that they are trying to find a way so they can create conditions for those who doesn't have, they can be part of the process. The problem is that the mestizos then are claiming private property and they want the government to solve the problem. They do not want to be recognized by indigenous community. So it is a situation there that is necessary to work on. And the saneamiento is the stage, as we call it, the healing process, where we are going to find solution to that, but we need everyone to come in and give their part. We need them to be part of the whole process.
So we have a situation in that registry that we have one property, maybe we have 3 owners, 3 titles. So that is something really sad because we don't know who, but according to the law, we know who is right first and who was there first is how we have the right. But we have 3 persons have the same land because of that mix.
And we have, for instance, one land given to one person under different circumstances, by supplementary, then by agrarian reform title. So, which is the one that is going to prevail? What is happening that many of them have supplementary titles? Titles that were just taken out and probably might be affecting other people. You see, so we have a chaos inside the registry, and the government had created the problem by issuing titles to people affecting other people's land. It's a problem. It's a mess. And the law, practically, through the diagnosis, is identifying these problems. It's identifying the problem, and it's creating mechanism to find a solution, but many, because of personal interest, doesn't want the solution.
We have problem with resources. Every time we have the presidency here, we don't have a resource to work. We have months we're not doing anything. Because right now the presidency is in the north, and in north have all the economical and then the prioritizing all the titles there. We have titles, but we have, like for example, we have 12 of the community territorial, the 12 community of the Pearl Lagoon Basin, and we cannot advance it. You understand? Because we don't have no resource to move on.